know me from nowhere because I've never done this before in my life. You're my first live audience, so thank you. You also not recognize me because I'm wearing a dress tonight. Not my usual hoodie and pants attire, but I thought I'd be a little girly for you because I identify as a female, so I wanted you to know that. But the real reason is because a friend of mine who's here tonight actually sent a picture of me and her the other week, and my vagina looked like two beanbags fighting under a tight blanket. So I decided I was never going to wear pants again, so you're welcome. Speaking of my vagina, I'm a single mom, and I have a wonderful child. He's a 9-year-old boy named Dylan, and he's the love of my life. He's a great decoy for my toy and Lego addiction as well. Let me paint the picture. So my house has a lot of action figures and a lot of Legos, and people come over now and they're like, "Oh, are those your sons?" And I'm like, "Totally. Those are totally his. Those are not mine at all." But Legos kind of become like my drug of choice. So Christmas Day, if you can imagine, it's like your drug dealer showing up to your house and piling every favorite drug that you love just in this big pile on your table and all these little baggies, and you're like, "Shit, we're gonna have so many drugs. We're gonna have drugs forever. This is amazing." And then like 3 weeks go by and you did your last Lego set and you're all out and you're like, "Shit, really? Are we out?" Like check that bag over there. There's got to be something back there. And you're like, "Oh man," and the next thing you know, you're out on the streets going to Target to try to score yourself like a 60-piece Lego set just to get a fix. And times are tough right now because his birthday's not for another few months. So. But yeah, so I co-parent with my son's dad, so he's with me half the week, he's with his dad half the week. And we get along great. We actually get along better than we did when we were together. Mainly it's because we're not torturing each other on a daily basis. Now we just torture each other like a few times a year, but just for fun, memories, bring time's sake. But no, he's a great guy, and we're both good at our rules. So, I kind of just have to accept that he's part of our lives. So now I just love him, but I kind of love him like a brother now. But not in like a Cersei Lannister, Jayme Lannister kind of way. We keep it platonic. But the main reason I think I'll probably never get married again, well, there's a couple. Like the first one is because I just don't like to repeat myself or do things twice. And the other reason is because I really feel like I don't trust my choice of men. I tend to pick like the Han Solo instead of the Luke Skywalker, and then you realize you're with a scoundrel. I'll pick the Dylan McKay and not the Brandon Walsh, and then you realize you're with like a drug addict, alcoholic with daddy issues. Or you date the Edward instead of the Jacob, but then they suck the life out of you, and you're like, shit. But I think the real reason I picked the wrong guys, and I look down deep inside, and I think it's just because I love me a remodel. I love fixer-uppers, I love to flip houses and stuff, and I see these guys like a project, that I'm, I can change them up. I'm like, he's got good bones. His driveway doesn't go all the way to the curb, but we can, pour some new concrete maybe. Light in the attic's a little dim, but good fixture. I once dated this guy with a swimming pool, but I kept hitting my head in when I dive into the deep end. But it's just because he was shallow. But at the end of the day, I think I always try to look at the positives of people, which is why I think I can change them. But and I always try to teach my kid, to do what makes you happy. So that's one of the reasons I'm here tonight, because I got to make you all laugh, hopefully. And thank you for being my #1 first audience and the best audience.